only time in the fucking thing it plays.
No, they know where the bread's buttered.
And we cut to Shang Tsung.
Mm-hmm.
And fighting a fighter. A younger fighter.
Yeah.
And fucking
that
housing him.
Sucks.
And housing him.
Mm-hmm.
And he lifts him up. And then he looks to the camera right down the barrel.
Your brother's soul is mine.
No! And then fucking kills him.
Be next. It is the most overacting ever, and it never stops, and it's brilliant the whole time.
Yep. The villain in next week's film did the exact same thing.
Yeah.
To the same effect of it being brilliant.
Yes.
Waking up in a cold sweat, Liu Kang, presumably in America.
Yeah.
Because he goes back home.
Well, he definitely is, because they bitched and moaned that he ran away to America. And they sent him a telegram. This is my favorite part. I'm looking at it going, wow, his parents are not sugarcoating this shit at all. They just literally go, like, to Liu Kang, your brother's dead, come home now. That's your telegram? You're not gonna,
I never got this.
Pick up a phone.
He didn't know his brother died.
No, but he's imagining.
So he had a nightmare that it happened, and then he gets a telegram second.
He didn't get the telegram then. The telegram was sitting on the table. So he'd gotten it and then went to sleep, is what I'm guessing.
Okay.
So he knew that the guy would die. He was having a vision of Shang Tsung killing him.
How it happened.
Yeah.
Cut to Hong Kong. Sonya and Jax following a lead on Kano. Through some sort of club.
The greatest industrial concert ever.
Yeah, and I'm like...
The band is playing on fucking scaffolding. That seems so unsafe, but awesome.
Was industrial music big in Hong Kong in the 90s?
Industrial music was big for 2 years, and this is one of them.
Like everywhere.
9 Inch Nails, and then Marilyn Manson.
Yeah.
Between 94 and 96... industrial music was on the rise, and with a handful of other, KMFDM being one of them. And
Ministry, I think.
Ministry had their moment, as well as a little bit of Rob Zombie as well. And then no one cared after that.
Yeah. So they it's planned that Kano is talking to Shang Tsung, and Shang Tsung's like, just get her on the boat. Yeah. Whatever you do, just get her on the boat. Yeah, I need her in the tournament.
She's not to be touched until she gets there, and then do whatever the fuck you want. I don't care.
Cut to L.A. Johnny Cage meeting up with some men.
Yep.
Ready to do this. Let's do this. They fight. Gets to the last guy. He kicks him. He doesn't fall down. Gets frustrated.
He stops. He just goes, this is where you fall down. And then the guy overactingly falls. Yeah. And you cut. And like,
where did you get these guys?
My thing about this is I'm like, this is so easily fixed in post-production. You could have easily, you don't need to reset. Because the director's like, all right, we're going to reset. You don't need to. You're good.
And it's basically Steven Spielberg. Like, Johnny, come back now, baby. Come on,
I need this gig. And I'm like, okay, that's never happened.
I'm going to go back to directing Traffic.
That's never happened in the history of film where a director begs a star to stay.
I begged it. I'm sure it's happened. I'm sure it's happened.
Put it this way.
It hasn't happened to Spielberg, but it's happened.
But whoever this director is... he's not getting this gig if he needs Johnny Cage to not, direct Traffic.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
enough.
He's not getting that gig.
So PA walks up to Johnny Cage. Hey, somebody's here for you. And you just let him on the set? I don't know, mister. He's over there.
Wow, you're all useless.
World's worst PA. And I guess he says Master Boyd, so I'm guessing it's his... because he does...
yeah.
He does no kung fu or karate, so I'm guessing this is the guy who taught him.
That's what it seems to be, yeah.
Tells him about this tournament, and because
he's getting beaten up in the press because they think he's a fake fighter. This has never happened. No one has ever given a shit whether anyone.
No one's questioning Jean-Claude Van Damme's martial art merit.
No, I mean, in all fairness, he didn't really have one.
Yeah,
his whole thing was that he could do the splits. That's what anyone ever cared about. Yes, we were all told he was a fighter, but really no one gave a shit.
Yeah.
But in all fairness, this is legitimately, and this is why I say this is the most faithful adaptation, this is legitimately, in the game, Johnny Cage's reason for being in this tournament.
Yeah.
This is perfect.
Turns out it's actually Shang Tsung who's tricking Johnny Cage into the tournament.
Yes. He does a transformation, and it's the only one that actually has a real transformation.
Yeah.
All the other ones is we're done.
Yeah.
This one actually legitimately has them oh, you had the budget for one, and this is where you used it.
Liu Kang does come home. And says he's ready to fight now. And they're like, well, what happened before?
Yeah.
You didn't want to fight before, and look what happened. Your brother took your place, and he fucking died.
Yeah, and you ran away to America, so fuck you, guy.
And then Lord Raiden shows up, and I think he believes that Lord Raiden's a myth or something.
He doesn't. Well, yeah, he doesn't believe that Raiden's a thing because, in all fairness, it's not like he lightnings in. He just walks up and is like, "Oh, you're ready, are you?" And they all bow down, like, "Oh my god, it's Lord Raiden." He goes, "The fuck?
This guy's a
Get
bum.
up! He's a beggar. Get the fuck! Like, this is not the god of thunder and lightning, Captain Exposition. Like, he's just dude." And like, "Oh, really?" And then he's just like, I'll fucking fight Shang Tsung and all that shit. Well, show me how." And he runs at him, and without breaking a sweat, Raiden just flips and goes, "Well, how'd that go?"
But I do love that he does it.
Yeah.
A little lightning comes into his eyes, and all of a sudden he's Lord Raiden. Oh my god, he is Lord Raiden.
In all fairness, if you see if lightning flashes out of a dude, I'm going to believe he's a god of thunder and lightning. Here's what I don't understand. Okay, I know we're very early on, but the plot still makes no sense to me. Why does Shang Tsung need Liu Kang to go to the tournament? Because Kung Lao, or whoever the fuck his brother was Chan.
Kung Lao was
his descendant. Chan
somebody
is just
from the game, the guy with the hat.
Yeah. So Chan's just his brother, right? And his brother was the one who was going to fight in the tournament, right? And be the guy that fucking represents the
Temple of Light.
The Temple of Light. But Shang Tsung clearly wanted Liu Kang there. Why? You know you can whoop the shit out of Chan without any fucking trouble.
It's an ego thing, right? Because he's Shang Tsung.
Fuck that. You've got this
sorcerer.
You've got fucking Shao Kahn breathing down your neck to win the final one.
Make it easy?
Yeah, make it as simple as possible. Why else would you want Sonya there? Because Sonya clearly was not ready. You got the pretty boy of fucking Johnny Cage, who's clearly worthless. And you got Art. Just Art. We don't know anything about him.
In what part of the plot did you see him wanting Liu Kang to be there? Because he never tried to get him there.
That was was the whole reason for killing Chan, because there is no reason for him.
He kills Chan not to coax him there. He just kills Chan because he kills Chan. Like, listen, Chan goes to him and says, "I want to fight." Okay,
it doesn't.
Boom, you're dead.
It doesn't seem that way, because why would he challenge him before the tournament if Chan was the one who was going to represent at the tournament? You can't kill the guy before the tournament if you are the one who's doing it. Killing Shang Tsung before the tournament doesn't fix anything. You know what I mean?
Well, I think the problem with the plot is they don't explain why how Chan came across Shang Tsung.
Yeah,
they don't,
like how
they
is
don't
he fighting him?
That.
Yeah, how is he fighting him? Why is he fighting him?
But there's no.
When I was a kid,
there's no scene of Shang Tsung manipulating Liu Kang into the tournament like there is with Sonya and Johnny. So it's not that he wants him there. It's just that he kills his brother, and ipso facto that means.
But the reason I question that is because every other scene we've seen of Shang Tsung is him setting up the pieces of all the people to show up. So what else are we supposed to believe? That other than he wants Liu Kang to go there. Unless he thinks because Liu Kang fucking fucked off to America that he's even worse than Chan.
Yeah.
That would be the only thing I could think of.
I think the only issue is that there's no scene of him being either A, surprised, or B, not surprised.
Yeah.
Either way, of like,
yeah,
oh my god, Liu Kang!
Yeah, like, there's no reaction, there's no...
It's like, okay, he's here too, that's cool.
Yeah, like when I was a kid watching this, I always assumed that that was part of the tournament. But they literally say once a generation, so you have to assume at least 30 years goes by in between each tournament.
Yeah.
So, unless Chan is his extremely old brother... and that telegram is 30 years late, there's no reason for that fight to have ever made sense.
So we cut to a bay in Hong Kong, Johnny Cage, we meet Art Lean, who is supposed to be a bigger deal in the movie or not? I don't know.
He is... there is nothing I can find. Are you
introduced just to... so we can, connect with somebody? Because Johnny Cage isn't being killed.
Yes.
I mean, spoilers.
None of the main characters are going to die.
So... this guy is just he's with them, but not really. But we need one of these people to get killed,
which would have been
in a dramatic fashion.
Which would have been good if we saw Art in more than one scene before his death.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
That's the problem. Is they fucked it up. Is that so we meet Art, and that's cool. That's great.
And then Art's a guy. He's in this scene. He's in the banquet scene, and that's kind of it.
Yeah, but you don't really see him. But they really seem to strike up a friendship immediately. He's not one of the four, which I argue he should have been. Raiden's sitting there talking to them like they're the fucking... And Art's nowhere to be found. I'm like, oh, you just know Art's dead.
Yeah.
Raiden just knows. So why should we care about Art when nobody else does?
So there's a whole interaction between him and Liu Kang where he thinks Liu Kang is just a helper.
Which is...
Here, put some bags on the boat.
Which is one of the few times that, like, I will say this, Robin Shou is extremely charming at moments, and this is one of them.
Just throws it in the water and just takes off.
Like, thanks. You know.
And then later he's like, big fan.
Yeah.
Then a dragon boat appears. Everyone gets on the mystery's fucking dragon boat, including Sonya, who runs into the smoke.
Yeah.
I don't know how she gets on the boat because the boat is leaving while she's still on the pier.
So basically, like, she's waiting for Kano. Kano fucking slowly walks out and saunters onto the boat. So she just goes without Jax. Jax hangs out, doesn't go with her. And I'm like, well, that's a good way to protect your partner.
I'll see you in the sequel.
Yeah, like, I understand that you want to wait for backup, but your partner's going in alone. You, sir, would fail at Lethal Weapon so hard. She basically, I guess, jumps on the smoke.
Yeah.
And gets on the boat.
They all run across Raiden, and then they go down into the boat where they run across Shang Tsung.
Yep.
He introduces Sub-Zero and Scorpion, who he says are mortal enemies, but because I'm controlling them. For all of you who know the lore, we know they're fucking enemies, so why are they helping? Why are they working for me? Because I've fucking manipulated them.
My power.
I've enslaved them.
That's literally it. That's the only...
This is for you five nerds in the fucking going, well, actually, they're... like, I know they're enemies.
Deadliest of enemies, but slaves to my power. Technically, that could be taken another way, though. That could be like, yes, they could be very deadly to you, but they're nothing compared to me. So that doesn't necessarily talk about their rivalry.
Yeah.
But, you know, we're cool. We'll go with it.
So they're about to fight. You know, he fucking Sub-Zero freezes Sonya's gun, and Scorpion has his little fucking hand puppet come out. Which looks terrible.
I mean, in the game, it's a harpoon. Now it's a living creature that comes out of his hand, which, I'm not going to lie, is all right with me.
It's just the CG.
The CG doesn't hold up, but to me, it still works because my brain still
I'd rather this be a creature than just a fucking...
Yeah, if it was just a harpoon, it wouldn't be as shocking looking.
Raiden shows up, says,
Your sideshow freaks attack my fighters.
No fighting until the tournament starts.
Like, you know this as well as I do, dickhead.
And Shang Tsung's like, you're right.
Except it's gonna be ignored in like 10 minutes, so... And nobody seems to care at that point.
So then that's when Raiden explains the tournament and the whole... They've won 9, if they win 10, they're gonna run... They've ruined Outworld, they're going to ruin Earth.
They need another place to fuck up.
So they're going to come to Earth Realm.
Sorry, guys. And again, Art is nowhere to be found.
So I brought you all here because I foresaw one of you defeating Shang Tsung and winning Mortal Kombat.
But by the way, it's not Art.
Yes.
It's not Art, because he's not here. Fuck that guy.
Yeah. So everyone arrives on the boat. A lot like, I'm assuming, the fucking actual film crew arrived on the boat where... Johnny Cage has like all his luggage, and he takes the best pratfall, just face down, not even letting go. He doesn't let go of the luggage. No,
he lets it. He holds on. Lyndon Ashby commits. That's what I will say about him.
Commits to this pratfall.
He commits like hell.
Plus, there's stairs. There's a comedy thing where fucking CGI. Luggage falls awkwardly down the stairs.
Although, ironically, I used to think when the sequel finally came out, I always thought it was the same stairs as in Ace Ventura 2. In the one joke in that movie that was funny. I always thought it was the same temple.
So they run across Katana, and this is where it's just like, what do you mean they didn't do a romantic thing? They totally have fucking Liu Kang going like, hey, what's this? Who's
Look at this. And she's eye-fucking him the whole time. And it's like, well... I mean, I get that you didn't expressly show it, but clearly they're trying to fuck each other. This is what's happening here.
And Shang Tsung and the CGI reptile are there.
Look out for her reptile. It's fucking CGI reptile. It's like, alright, this looks... I can defend the CGI to a point. This reptile looks like shit.
Yeah. Cut to a banquet. The same banquet you see in most of these, like... Kung Fu Island tournament movies, like Into the Dragon, or it's the big banquet before the tournament begins. And...
They're all eating, everyone's happy. This is the other time we see Art, very briefly.
And then fucking...
They ruin everything.
The goons run in and they flip tables and like, man, I was eating that chicken. What the fuck, man?
Now for a taste of things to come. my friends ruin everything. It's like, well, I was eating that, bitch. What the fuck? All right, fine.
And Sub-Zero fucking kills a goon.
Well, we get the grossest fucking thing this goon does, where he stretches out and his whole fucking body keeps cracking, and he's all fucking roided up and shit, and he's all fucking gross, and like, can we stop doing this?
And he runs at Sub-Zero, who
is already fucking like
getting his fucking frost